What up, and welcome back to another Malazan Book of the Fallen video. I'm back from vacation, so we're going to go through the Sweet 16 round of the Malazan's Most Powerful Mage tournament, announce the next round for the brackets, and then lay out the schedule for the rest of the tournament. So let's get it. All right, there's been a lot of drama, shenanigans throughout all of the rounds, but the Sweet 16 is really heating up, and it looks like the Elite 8 onward is going to be even more intense. So if you look through the votes, we had some nail biters, but for the most part, this is fairly conclusive, and it sets up some pretty exciting matchups. So in the first round, we actually had Vorkin pretty decisively taking out Bauchelain, and I fixed that pronunciation. I know I've somehow got that one screwed up, but 69% to 31% for Vorkin. I think that, maybe it was a little bit closer theoretically than in actuality. But again, with Bauchelain, we're really just relying on myth and legend rather than actual deeds that we see from Vorkin. So I'm not too disappointed with that outcome. Round 2, and somehow Han and Mosag did come out with 2% of the vote, but one of the most decisive Sweet 16 rounds or matchups that we had the whole time. Quick Ben, everybody's favorite shaved knuckle in the hole, taking it down by a margin of 98 to 2%. Han and Mosag goes down. The next one I'm going to skip over until the end because I know it's going to be probably controversial, but we have Silver Fox, Panty, and Seer coming in dead even at 50-50. I'm not exactly sure how it works, and actually, if I zoom in, I think you can even see, because there's 317 votes, and you can see that Silver Fox does just look like it has a hair above the Panty and Seer. I'm going to invoke my right to be the tiebreaker on that one. And actually, I'm not even going to leave it till the end. I'm just going to go ahead and announce that we're putting the Panty and Seer through to the final round. It's tough to tell. I don't know. I was going to invoke my right to be the kind of tiebreaker, but there's an odd number of votes, and I think I really can see a little sliver there for Silver Fox. I don't know. It's hard to say. Or maybe those are dead even. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and call that one right here on the spot. Calling it for the Panty and Seer. We're going to push them through. Let me know down in the comments. I know I blew that or pissed some people off, but I just think you got to have at least one Jagged in there. We had some really notable ones go down, but I think that ultimately Panty and Seer probably would have taken it. If you look at the events of the books, I think there's some support for that. So I know. What are you going to do? Next up, we had Cowl versus Lorik. This one is like hugely controversial. I read every single comment when I got back from vacation and saw how pissed off people are, and I tend to agree that Lorik's trading on name recognition or the fact of lineage, maybe. I don't want to get too spoilery, whereas Cowl has some really sick deeds that show up on screen and aren't just theoretical, but this is your guys' tournament, not mine. So we're going to let that one stand. Lorik beats Cowl 51 to 49. And then last of our Jagat clan, we see Endis Salon taking down Gethel. I can't really hate on that one, but it was a pretty wide margin, and 65% of the vote means that Gethel heads back to the locker room licking his wounds, and Endis got a few days rest before he moves on. Next one, I'm actually shocked. Whoever the 9% of you 339 people are who voted for Ulshan Prawl, but Krupp has almost as wide of a margin as Quick Ben had. 91% put Krupp through to the final round, taking down Ocean Prawl, and that one I saw coming a mile away. This one was a little bit more surprising just in terms of the margin. I tend to agree probably with the result, and I should have done a better job again of laying out the ground rules for this tournament. But, I think that ultimately in a 1v1 fight without a lot of time for preparation, just straight up duel format, Taishren probably would have taken it down. And I think that's what you're seeing here. In fact, a lot of the comments said like with, weeks and months of preparation and knowing what's coming, et cetera, et cetera. But I think in a tournament format is why you got the 85% Taishren. So Seta Kurukan, love him to death. He is out. All right, and then the last one of the Sweet 16, we have the Magus of Shadow taking down the Master of the Claw, 74 to 26%. So a very decisive W there for Iskar Pust. So that's how it all shook out for the Sweet 16. There wasn't a ton of controversial ones. I know people are going to be pissed about my Pantheon Seer, and I know they're pissed about Cowl, but the rest were fairly expected. But what makes it really interesting is how it sets up the final round, or the Elite 8 round, and the Final 4, which are all going to be super lit. All right, and so after all of that excitement and drama and bitterness and whatever, we have a pretty sick Elite 8 shaping up. So in the first round, we're going to have, or in the first matchup, we're going to have Vorkin, Mistress of the Assassin's Guild of Darujistan, taking on Quick Ben. Yeah, that one's going to be pretty intense, as is the other three. Pantheon Seer, who I put through, probably to the chagrin of everybody, taking on Lorik on the left-hand side of the bracket. And then on the right-hand side, we've got Krupp going up against Endis Salon. And then last but not least, the big one where there's going to be lots of heartbreaks no matter which way it goes. We have Taishren going up against Iskar Pust. And so we can see that we can start speculating about the final now and seeing what the Final 4 is going to be like and who the ultimate champion is going to be. We could have like a Quick Ben Taishren face off in the final, or a Krupp Quick Ben, or a Krupp Pantheon Seer. All kinds of fun combinations to play with. So what we're going to do is we're just going to roll them back to back starting Monday. And then what we're going to do after that is just very quickly roll right into the Final 4 and then the championship, just trying to really round it out over the course of the next 2 weeks. So it's been a lot of fun. We've seen a lot of people go down. We've got Sin out. We've got Raced out. Hanan Mosag out. Seta Kurukan out. Cowl out. So it's just been insane and a lot of fun. Really had a lot of fun with you guys playing. And I think what I'm going to do is try and, because it looks like we're kind of zeroing in on 2,000 subscribers. So I think I'm going to try and do, at the end of all of this, a big 2,000 subscriber kind of live stream, end of the Malazan Mage tournament, extravaganza live stream. And in that one, I'll also go through all of your picks and the Ultimate Championship. But more than that, I'll show you and I'll kind of walk through all the brackets and I'll show you my picks, because I haven't really been able to participate, but I've had a lot of fun just watching the dialogue and seeing what you all thought. But that will be my chance to kind of put my stamp on it after the dust clears and I can't be accused of putting my thumb on the scale and all of that stuff. So that should be a lot of fun. Again, thank you so much for watching, for playing. It's been a lot of fun. Again, highly encourage you to get into the Discord. So many cool people in there and just always having so much fun talking about Malazan and figuring stuff out and asking crazy questions for all levels, no matter where you are in the book. We have book-specific chapters, so if you don't care about spoilers, then you can have at it. And if you do, we try and keep the riff-raff from ruining your experience. So yeah, we'll go ahead and leave this one there. We'll come back over the weekend with the Deadhouse Gates Chapter 8, I believe, and we'll continue carrying on with those, and then look for the brackets for the Elite 8 to kick off on Monday. Thanks again. Hit the like and subscribe. Get other Meslas in here. Again, check out that Discord. And until then, happy reading.